It's the cover-up that shocked the nation, the death of Army Ranger and former NFL star Pat Tillman in Afghanistan 6 years ago. We're going to get new details from his mother exclusively in just a moment. But first, a look back at how the cover-up unfolded. After the September 11th attacks and at the peak of his NFL career, Pat Tillman walked away from a $3.6 million contract. He left the Arizona Cardinals to serve his country. In June of 2002, he and his brother Kevin enlisted in the U.S. Army.
My great-grandfather was at Pearl Harbor, and a lot of my family has given up, has gone and fought in wars, and I really haven't done a damn thing as far as laying myself on the line like that.
Tillman fought in the initial invasion of Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2003. He was later redeployed to Afghanistan. On April 22, 2004, the 27-year-old was on patrol just outside the village of Spira, near the Pakistani border. At the time, military officials said he was killed by insurgents during an ambush. Tillman's family was told he'd charged up a hill, forcing the enemy to withdraw, saving the lives of his fellow Rangers before he was fatally shot. At his funeral, Tillman was awarded a Silver Star, which was approved by Lieutenant General Stanley McChrystal. McChrystal signed the report that said Tillman was killed by enemy fire. This even as accounts and evidence surfaced showing he was actually killed by friendly fire. About a month after his death, the Army announced Tillman was killed accidentally by his own men.
We'll tell the truth and nothing but.
Tillman's parents sharply criticized the Army's handling of the incident. They were convinced officials covered up the truth because he'd become one of the most high-profile soldiers in the U.S. military, and because of the negative effect it could have on recruiting.
Pat Tillman loved the game of football. Yet he loved America even more.
The Tillman Story, a documentary being released this Friday, chronicles Mary Tillman's, Pat's mother's, crusade to uncover the truth behind her son's death.
The political storm that erupted today over an undercover government operation gone very wrong. It is called Fast and Furious. It was supposed to help in the crackdown on drug violence across the border in Mexico. But the operation was botched, a U.S. law enforcement agent killed, and Republicans in Congress say the Obama administration is trying to cover it up. And today the president himself stepped in. Here's ABC's Jake Tapper.
President Obama today for the first time asserted executive privilege to shield Justice Department documents dealing with what's become known as the Fast and Furious scandal. The response from House Republicans was itself fast and furious.
The lack of transparency with respect to a dead Border Patrol agent is sickening. And this morning's threat of asserting executive privilege to maintain the veil of secrecy is even more sickening.
Fast and Furious began almost 3 years ago. The secret law enforcement program allowed criminals to buy guns so government agents could trace them to Mexican drug cartels. But blowback came, and it was tragic. The government lost track of hundreds of guns, which started showing up at crime scenes, including the site where U.S. border agent Brian Terry was murdered in December 2010. Initially, the Justice Department told Congress that they did not allow guns to flow into Mexico, but that was false, and months later they took it back. The program was disbanded and disowned. Attorney General Eric Holder has always denied knowing anything about the program, but for more than a year, House Republicans have been pushing him to disclose what he and other officials knew and when they knew it.
No, Mr. Attorney General, you're not a good witness.
Democrats have called this a partisan witch hunt.
At some point, have you no shame,
Pressure grew.
This is a big scandal. People who have screwed up will be held accountable.
One official resigned and another was demoted, but though Holder has turned over thousands of documents, he's refusing to turn over additional ones Republicans call key to whether the Justice Department tried to cover up its involvement.
There's some things in there that's being hidden that you don't want us to see.
There's no attempt at any kind of cover-up. We're not going to be hiding behind any kind of privileges or anything.
But Diane, now they are hiding behind executive privilege. President Obama invoking it, saying he wants members of his administration to be able to have candid conversations without Congress snooping around in their emails.